Hello, and I hope we're all keeping well in this heat. It's way too hot to be doing anything. But anyway, so I've got here my first piece of Japanese militaria. It is a I found it on eBay and bought it last week, and it's arrived. So we'll tell you a bit about it. So what you're looking at here is a Japanese Imperial Army ID booklet, identification booklet. Everyone in the Japanese Imperial Army would have had one of these, and they basically got your full service military history in it and some other bits and bobs. So this in particular one was belonged to a gentleman named Yasuzo Omana. Oh no, sorry. I probably butchered the pronunciation there, but never mind. He was born in 1908, and he was enlisted into the Japanese Imperial Army in 1929 as a private first class in the Imperial Guard Artillery. He served until 1930 when he left the Imperial Japanese Army, but he was conscripted back in 1937 during the war. But of course then the war against China had started. And then he left again in 1938. Not that anything of consequence happened in that day. And then he was reconscripted in 1941. But in 1941, his record ends very abruptly. So we don't know the fate of it, but I'm assuming it's nothing mentioned about being demobbed again. So I'm assuming that he died. So we'll take a look at the booklet. So I know this information here because on the seller had some, I translated some of it and listed it in the description. Now I've translated some of this using the Google Lens Translate. Where you've got an app on your phone, you point it at it, and it translates it. Now it's very patchy when I was trying to translate it, but it did work on some bits of it, which has collaborated the story. So on the front here, that's just Imperial Japanese Army. On the back here, that's his name. That translates exactly. And here's where I ran into difficulty with the translation. So the first bit I tried to translate after that was some of these red text here. And it was all over the spot. Ember came up quite a lot in it. And there's other stuff like flower, water, sky, birds, attack, other stuff like that. What seemed to be a random collection of words and phrases. Which what this actually is, these are litanies and poems by Hirohito, by the Japanese emperor, that was put inside each one of these books. There's loads of them, so I'd love to be able to translate these properly and have a read them. Anyway, we're further into the book. Eventually you get to this stuff, which is, I think it's, 1 minute. I think that's printed that. Got more printed text here, which I have no idea what this says. And then eventually you start getting some very interesting parts. Just trying to be careful here. Like here. I'm pretty sure this is some of his service information. But you've noticed how stuff's been pasted over, so I wonder if that's units changing maybe, or changing dates of re-enlistment maybe, I don't know. I have no idea, I'd love to see what that is. And that is handwritten, that stuff there. You've got printed and handwritten there, so that's handwritten. Printed, handwritten. That's coming off. And turn over. Some more of that. Get more stuff printed and handwritten. Yeah, I mean it stops, as you can see. That's the last entry in the service record there. No more. So yeah, that is a Japanese. Oh well, that is Uno's first class of the Imperial Guard Artillery. Uno ID booklet. Hope you enjoyed that one.